welterweight, 63.5, 65 for Pazienza. Also, he won the walkout. Duran had to come out first.
Let's go, come on.
Vinny Pazienza out of his corner for round number 2 against Roberto Duran.
Yeah, nice foot feints from Vinny Pazienza. See how he comes out and uses his foot? He just steps it forward like he's going to throw a jab. See Duran wipe at that? See, watch Duran's right hand. He wipes it. What you do is you try to wipe that jab away and counter with the right hand. There it is. Nice little feints in there. It just keeps you off balance. Duran never wanted to have a terrific jab, but how useful it could be every time that feint comes. If you'll just throw that jab out there, just use it. It'll feint.
Pazienza will try to keep up a very crisp pace. And Roberto Duran, who feels that Pazienza does not have any power. But Duran laying back in the first round.
Yeah, and Duran knows that he would prefer to take this fight to later rounds. He's pacing himself early. Hopes to storm late.
Well, he also feels that Pazienza is a fighter who fights on emotion. As Duran has said, from his words, that Pazienza runs around a lot. He's a stupid fighter. These are the words of Roberto Duran. And Duran feels that he has control of his emotions in the ring. He says, I can fight different ways. He won't surprise me. It's my 103rd fight.
And he said, age has made me more crafty. Now I can't waste punches. I can't afford to.
And Pazienza here in the early going wants to see how far he could push Duran, if he could punch right through him. He's saying, hey, he says, I can't punch. I mean, I've knocked out 27 guys. This is no longer the lightweight Vinny Pazienza. This is no longer the Vinny Pazienza who had 3 shots at the junior welterweight crown, but could not win because he could not make weight. He is now been able to build his body where he feels very comfortable, and now fighting a better fighter than he ever was. A career that would look to be washed up when he was stopped on cuts by Loretta Garza back in December of 1990.
A good combination from Pazienza, gets in, scores, and then moves well going back.
30 seconds to go in the second round.
Pazienza said he does not run. He has not been running in this fight. Says he loves the Willie Pep style. He uses it to frustrate his opponents and then beat them.
Duran looking for openings. Very likes to make openings with his shoulders inside, but he is not inside against Paz. He's keeping his distance. Oh, a slip. Pazienza gets right back up to show Duran that it was a slip, and don't even think that you knocked me down. Joe Cortez has to use every muscle in his body to shove Pazienza back to the corner, but it brings the crowd to life. The Duran fans thought it was a knockdown.
And it is extremely embarrassing for a fighter. If you're off balance, you get hit, you go down. Pazienza's angry about that. Here's what happened. Pazienza trying to move in. Right hand over the top. Little off balance. I don't know. That was a close call. Joe Cortez right on top of it. Cortez says that is not a knockdown. A push from Pazienza to the referee. I wasn't down, says Pazienza.
And there you see the emotion of Pazienza taking over. Pazienza looked to slip, but there was contact in the right hand of Duran.
And I believe that was a knockdown. Anytime any part of your body touches the canvas, other than the soles of your feet, it should be a knockdown. There was a right hand thrown. Yes, a little bit off balance, but down went Pazienza.
Technically, you may say it, but it was more of a slip that caused him to go down.
Off balance, but that still be considered a knockdown. Is it a knockdown unless you're off balance, Al? You're saying it shouldn't be a knockdown?
I say
Woke up Roberto Duran.
I don't think the force of the punch put Pazienza. Oh, now Roberto Duran trying to body Pazienza. There he is in close, working uppercuts.
The rules don't say anything now about the force of the punch.
Well, that maybe
that woke Roberto Duran up. Pazienza better wake up. Pazienza's got to get those combinations working and use that lateral movement. That's something that gives Duran all kinds of fits.
Pazienza moves out.
Another element, another one of the elements that Duran wants to put in his pocket. We talked about the elements earlier.
Oh, by Pazienza. And again the left. Is he scheduled for 12?
Good combination from Duran. Pazienza trying to rush in. Vinny's got to jab his way in. Go in behind his punches. Duran doing a good job just setting in the weight for Pazienza. A swing and a miss.
He's smarter, he's better conditioned. Because when you're better conditioned, you think better. And he is right now, just laying back, waiting for Pazienza to come to him. He ran very successful early in the round when Paz did come inside.
Landing the better shots, the crisper punches. See these shots? There's a good right hand from Pazienza.
Holding on, Duran in the closing seconds of the third. Roberto Duran, round number 4. And Pazienza coming back to the corner after the third, leading from the mouth. Very poised, Roberto Duran. And you can see how emotional Vinny Pazienza is in the ring.
Oh, yeah. Emotion that can help a fighter in many cases. Sometimes it hurts a fighter. When you're in there with those veteran boxers like Roberto Duran, sometimes you want to keep it cool, keep it calm. You don't want to get too fired up, especially early in a fight. You know, a lot of these punches from Pazienza are missing. They're not landing on the mark. They're not hitting the shot. They're not crisp like the punches of Duran's are. Still early in the match, though. Good combination from Pazienza. Go on the inside and then come on the outside. I have seen Vinny Pazienza better than this, but Duran nice and calm.
Duran waiting for the opening.
Picking his shots. Sometimes you try so hard that it works against you. And it looks like that's what's happening to Pazienza. Could he be overtrained?
Extremely wound up.
Yes.
He may just want to get the first 4 or 5 rounds out of the way. Trying to hit there against the ropes. He's had some real solid shots upstairs against Duran, but Duran hasn't been shaken.
No, and Duran knows it. Roberto walking right through Pazienza.
Pazienza headhunting against Duran.
Well, and staying on the inside. He's fighting Duran in the trenches now. This was Vinny Pazienza as a lightweight.
Hold that head down. Don't hold that head.
He stayed on the inside. He brawled with fighters. He moved up to the super middleweight division. He tried more boxing. Kevin Rooney changed his style.
Pazienza digging in, and now he steps back. Kevin Rooney got Vinny Pazienza not to stand in front of his opponent and slug it out.
Let go of that rope. Some of the fighters use that rope to pull their punches. They pull the punches back to make it more spring in the shot. More power in the punch.
Joe Cortez has his hands full here tonight. But Kevin Rooney wanted Pazienza to be a little more side to side, elusive in and out. Don't slug it out. It's a smart way to slug. And now we see again the blood coming from the mouth of Pazienza. The crowd anticipates as these two former world champions head into the middle of the ring for the start of round number 5. Gordon Wood, who is serving not only as the ring announcer for tonight's festivities, but as our corner translator. And Gordon, you're in the corner of Roberto Duran. What just transpired?
We have two gentlemen, both with a lot of age and experience in the corner. What I heard one talking about is Roberto Duran's right hand up near the wrist is bothering him a little bit. And they were talking about how to hold the hand if he is indeed going to use it for hard punches. The other gentleman with the white hair talked a lot about God, and that God, and he's not alone in the ring. He has God right there giving him the strength. Don't worry about the hand. Keep praying to God and be the man in front. Don't be a kid like the other corner. Be a man.
That was Leo Velocites and Lewis Walter in his corner giving instructions to Duran.
And Vinny Pazienza wish he knew the information about the right hand of Roberto Duran.
Well, Duran has had a lot of trouble with that right hand of his.
A right hand that has stopped 64 victims in his 93 victories. And a right hand that he was counting on tonight against Pazienza. This is called a knockdown. And the Duran fans in a frenzy. 5th round. Both fighters going for it, and Duran catches Pazienza.
But that is a right hand that is hurt.
They hurt even more now.
Yes. Hurt like the jaw of Vinny Pazienza's hurt.
And the uppercut by Pazienza. Inside they go, and outside comes Paz. Bloodied here in the 5th round. But that cut was there in the 3rd.
More movement from Pazienza, but he's fighting on the trenches now. You can't stand in with Roberto Duran. He'll beat you inside.
Now unleashing. Duran taking everything. Pazienza feels he has a score to settle. He has been down once.
Cut over the right eye in this round.
Duran now bleeding. Pazienza with work to be done, and so far
that cut is a semicircle. Here it is. Karak trying to swing. See how that looping right hand from Pazienza. Duran throws his punch on the inside. Pazienza loops that wide right hand around, and Karak, the shortest distance between 2 points, the straight line. Well, that's where Roberto Duran got there first. Those cuts just formed were an accidental headbutt for both fighters. They banged heads in that 5th round.
Neither of them in very good position, location. One over the eye of Pazienza. The blood could drip down on the eye, and for Duran, right in the corner of the eye. There's no question about that knockdown in the 5th. Roberto Duran, a fighter with not only 9 lives, may have 10 or 11. And you start to think of what a victory for Duran over a 31-year-old, tip-top shape, Vinny Pazienza, what that would mean for Duran.
Roberto Duran rated number 8 in the middleweight division. 7 for the super middleweights is Vinny Pazienza.
But there's so many critics out there who still do not take Duran's latest comeback at the age of 43 very seriously.
This is 6th life.
And rat-a-tat-tat upstairs goes Vinny Pazienza.
And he not expected to win. Duran pulls it out.
And Pazienza now looking at a giant roadblock in front of him as he ventures towards his 3rd world title. Miracle comeback from the broken neck.
And realistically, just to be fighting the great Roberto Duran at this point. Oh, big left hook.
Pazienza. How about for Vinny Pazienza just to be fighting in there, defying the odds, coming back from the life-threatening injury.
November 12th, 1991. Keep your punches up.
Initially, they thought Pazienza was trying to come back. This is part of the healing process. And now Pazienza wants some time from the low blow. He says, I didn't come back just to say I could get in the ring again. I came back to keep fighting to win a championship. And Pazienza, a bloody mess. This is reminders of the days in which Pazienza was trying to claim that junior welterweight crown and had the propensity of being cut up. And it looked to be washed up. He was just fighting at the wrong weight. He was so drained trying to make that junior welterweight limit.
Pazienza missing. A couple of punches. Duran taking his time, still patient.
Here's their heads coming together again in the closing seconds of this round. 6 rounds down and 6 on the ledger. Roberto Duran has knocked down Vinny Pazienza in the 5th. Both fighters are bleeding.
Set from a headbutt in that 5th. Pazienza slow getting off the stool this round.
And we're seeing a throwback fight.
The greatest lightweight ever. History of the division, Roberto Duran. Now fighting in the super middleweights.
He reigned as a lightweight champion for nearly 6 years. Turned pro in March of 1967 at the age of 15. Roberto Duran.
12 successful title defenses.
Paz trying to get the shots in. Anyway, trying to look for the edge. Duran expected Paz to clown in the ring, stick the tongue out, try to befuddle him, take Duran out of his rhythm, take a page out of the book of Sugar Ray Leonard, whose frustrating tactics led Duran to his immortal words, no mas, no mas. Vinny very mobile. I mean, Duran, we've seen him in the 7 fights going up against guys he was very safe against, who had no power, not much mobility. And you know, in this comeback, he has certainly not met the likes of the kind of mobility we can see from a Vinny Pazienza. But Duran was never fearful of the punching power of Pazienza. The one knockdown in this fight has been reported by Roberto Duran.
Yeah, Roberto knew what to expect going into this match. That's why he even made the comment that Vinny is a stupid fighter, meaning that Vinny moves around without throwing punches. Which excess, Roberto says, is insignificant.
The excess of energy.
No pushing, says Joe Cortez.
Roberto Duran was a shoeshine boy from the slums of Panama with no amateur fights. Straight on the noggin.
Good right hand. Vinny Pazienza is tough.
was 21 years old. Second fight in the United States when he beat Ken Buchanan for the lightweight title. Vinny Pazienza was 5 years old that particular night. Closing seconds of the seventh. Blocking the right is Duran.
Still maintaining control is Duran.
You're not punching enough. Okay. Combinations. Okay. You're giving this guy too much respect, it looks like. Don't respect him. Throw that right hand every chance you get. Every chance you get, let that right hand go. Straight. Everything right hand.
Round number 8, and Vinny Pazienza hearing it from Kevin Rooney in the corner, shouting at Pazienza, "You're giving him too much respect. Throw the right more."
Really dangerous thing to do, too. With a fighter who's been down like Pazienza has, you can throw the right, but you have to get around behind Duran. See how Pazienza moves to his left? It is an easier move for a right-hander to make. To go to the right is an unusual move. And that's what Pazienza needs to work. The right hand after you step over to your right. But a dangerous thing to do with a puncher, when you're trying to deliver your right hand, trying to force it, you keep running into something.
3 years ago, at the age of 40, Roberto Duran, and then his 6th comeback, stepped in the ring against a journeyman from San Francisco, Pat Lawler, and was stopped in the 6th round. And I don't think there was anybody in the house who thought that the career was not over at that time. Although Duran claimed that he injured his arm and was unable to continue.
Now that was Irish Pat Lawler.
Right. We remember him well, but certainly not in his past as a 4-time world champion.
The movement from Pazienza, stalking by Duran, has cornered Pazienza up.
Throw the right more, says Kevin Rooney.
You know when Duran is going to come the right hand to your right hand, you know he's going to walk right to you. If you can watch out for his right hand and deliver your arm, then it works. Now there's some good movement from Vinny Pazienza. Around to his right side. That is, on right-handed fighters, that is a blind side. They have to reset their back foot to follow you. That's why southpaw fighters have so much success with right-handers.
The uppercut by Duran, he sneaks it in on an oncoming Pazienza. Couple of rights by the Tasmanian Devil, looking to load up.
Devilish right uppercut, his devilish overhand right.
But Duran a straight right again. Duran showing you a solid chin. And again, thrusting is Pazienza. Round number 9, it is scheduled for 12 rounds. Once again, we had Gordon Wood in the corner of Roberto Duran. A lot of activity there, Gordon.
Alan, Sean, a lot of activity and a lot of voices talking. What I heard most was Miguel Diaz, who has come in to help out with the cuts, is telling him, take deep breaths, get ready, suck it up, be the man, and go after this guy and take him out. Another gentleman with the white hair is really bringing God into play, and how important it is that spiritually he's not alone in the ring. The other gentleman working on the right side of him talked about how to let both hands go, both hands go.
They want to turn the tempo up right now. They feel that now that Vinny Pazienza is running into him like he is, he's got his grave once again after a few rounds. Now is the time to unload. Vinny Pazienza unloads with that right hand.
Crowd now cheering the shots of Pazienza. Pazienza on the move.
Boy, guts and determination. There's no quitting this man whatsoever.
In and out is Pazienza.
Down in the 6th round. And in the 5th round, he's been cut since the 3rd round. And bleeding from the nose since that 3rd round.
He's been bleeding from the nose, from the cut over his eye, from his mouth.
Been bleeding from the nose for years now. I remember when he was a lightweight. No stranger to blood, not afraid to get cut.
But for those who thought that Vinny Pazienza would walk through an aged 43-year-old Roberto Duran, they were mistaken.
Yes, the last thing that any fighter loses is his ability to deliver the punch. Yes, it's slow, it's deliberate, but it is still hard.
And Duran is anchored in the center of the ring.
One thing Duran tried to do with the pre-fight press conferences and the name calling and everything is he wanted to try to get Pazienza to sit down with him, to fight him, not to run, not to move, not to show him those angles. You know what? He has done well at that. He is a master at knowing how to anger his opponent. And the anger only helps to drive him.
Duran just looking for the setup.
Looking for the home run ball. Pazienza's going to have none of that, though. Final seconds.
Round 10 scheduled for 12.
Going back to the 5th round, this is the lone knockdown in the fight. And really turned it emotionally, with Duran putting Pazienza on the canvas. So now we move into round number 10.
Yeah, it really took Pazienza several rounds to gather his thoughts and collect his boxing regimen, stick to that fight plan. I thought he had pretty good last round, at the 9th round, and the 8th round. I thought pretty good movement from him. That knockdown will turn the tide of a fight.
This is scheduled for 12. Both fighters very experienced in going the 12-round limit. Although who was at favor? Duran at this stage at 43 has never gone 12, never gone 12 in his 40s. And Pazienza has been a bundle of energy throughout this fight. And whether that may take its toll into the 11th and 12th rounds.
17 times for Vinny Pazienza, 10 or more rounds. Duran 40 times. Has that helped or hurt? That's what you're saying. Oh, punching body blow. Roberto Duran. Good left hook. Pazienza, he says that is his best punch.
But Pazienza is just not thinking Duran staying in there. He's letting Pazienza do all the work.
Yeah. Roberto using his patience now, trying to control from the outside. Letting
Break out clean.
Vinny Pazienza run around, use the energy. I remember the last round, Roberto Duran went out and he walked out, and the first punch he threw was that overhand right. Tried to catch Pazienza looking. Pazienza ducked.
Roberto Duran coming in tonight at 163.5 pounds. No question the best shape that he has been in this latest comeback.
Blood streaming down the face of Pazienza. Duran, though, has slowed this round. Slowed down. Even the last couple of rounds. Not as aggressive, not as many deliberate punches. Punches going backwards.
The son of Roberto Duran, And the large Duran contingent here at ringside as this fight enters the 11th round. They are certainly proud of Roberto Duran, who has recorded the only knockdown in this fight. These two fighters taking it closer and closer to the judges making the decision. Duran has fought 11 times here in Vegas, although there are some fights he would like to forget. Against Hagler and Hearns and Leonard, which he was defeated here. This is only the third trip to Vegas for Vinny Pazienza. And he is now calling on his supporters to get behind him. And also almost runs into that shot by Duran. It is Pazienza setting up that right. Again, trying to play with Duran, but he gets hit.
From Duran. Pazienza comes back.
He's pulling inside. He's using the shoulders. Using the head.
He's an expert at this. On the inside, he is unbeatable. Oh, he was going to throw the right hand, but he hesitated.
Almost caught Pazienza off balance.
Your hands are free.
Pazienza throwing and throwing, but has not been able to find the answer.
But Duran looks tired. He gets there with a good left hook from Pazienza. Duran has slowed down. Smiling.
Duran. He was a 2-1 underdog. Last month on the Fight Phone, the USA fight fans gave Duran the edge. 53% voting for Duran in a victory here tonight. 47% saying Pazienza would win. Oh, quick shots inside by Pazienza upstairs. But Duran likes Paz up against the ropes and then lets him out. Inside 30 seconds to go in the 11th.
Come on, come on, come on, let's go, man. Come on, work the head, you said, work the head.
They're calling for body punches from the corner of Roberto Duran. Throwing more shots downstairs. Still fighting Vinny Pazienza. Look at these shots from him. Speed is power. Oh, and he takes a big right hand.
Slugging it out at the end of the 11th round, which sets up the 12th and final round. Corner wants Pazienza to get over there as soon as possible.
Last round, Vinny. Last round. Dame el cubo, dame el cubo, dame el agua acá. Usted sube, no sube ni verga. No, más bien. Damos guante. Sí. Aguante la verga, le mete un madrazo. Rip those fives. Rip them. Not ripping them at all. You know that, right? Rip 5-5-1.
Nobody disappointed here in the MGM Grand Garden. Close to 15,000, and they are standing and cheering these two warriors, two former world champions, meeting in this time and into the 12th and final round.
Both fighters pouring their blood and soul and guts into this fight. Pazienza down in the 5th round, has been cut since the 3rd round, as has Duran. Pazienza started off good. He slowed in that 3rd, 4th, came back to 5th, Duran back to 6th, the 7th. Pazienza has been back to 8th, 9th, 10th, down to the thread in the 11th. And now the final round, I have this fight scored very close, although I've not counted for the knockdown. And that knockdown back in the 5th round could be the deciding factor, and this round is extremely important for both fighters. Duran has looked sluggish the last several rounds.
There's the right by Pazienza. No, says Roberto Duran. Another right followed up by
The speed combination, Pazienza's got to think, what should I do to get Roberto Duran off of me? Non-stop fighting machine. The combinations are the key to a fight of this nature. Speed.
Duran again, or rather Pazienza holding on to the ropes.
No pulling on the ropes, says Cortez.
Pazienza has shown that he actually gets stronger as the fight goes on. He's had knockouts in the 12th, in the 10th, in the 11th, and in the 6th in his last 4 knockout victories.
Yes, and a different kind of power than a Roberto Duran power. A speed power. A quick foot power from Vinny Pazienza.
Inside the final minute of the fight.
Both fighters, hands down around their waist now. Good combination. Pazienza knows he probably needs this round.
He's looking to pour it on in the last 30 seconds. Whatever Duran has left, there's the time remaining. Vinny Pazienza, a whirlwind.
Very close. Good combination.
Duran comes back. It's the final seconds of the fight. They're standing. Will they embrace after the fight? Pazienza says no. And they do not. Both fighters raise their arms. And the corner trying to raise Duran. He thinks he has pulled it off. Who won this fight? We'll find out when we return in just a moment.
Ciampa scores about 117-113. Judge Dave Moretti and Judge Jerry Rott both scored about 117-112 for the winner and new IBC Super Middleweight Champion.